y'all, my name is Serena and this is Serena's Art Adventures. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about some big twist value alternatives. I'm sure, hopefully we've all gotten the news by now, but in case you haven't, Herrschners is going to be taking over the big twist line. I guess Herrschners must have heard all of the upset in the crochet and knit community of our favorite yarn that we're going to be losing from Joan, which is big twist. It's a great option for lots of different colorways and a good quality yarn. So the one specifically that I want to talk about is the everyday value yarn. I'm pretty sure that's going to be picked up by Herrschners, but they haven't said which lines they're going to carry from Big Twist or when it's going to be available. I went on their website and I signed up for their newsletter, so I'll be notified when they have more information about the Big Twist line, about when it's going to come out, and all of that. So if you want updates from Herrschners, I highly suggest you go to their website and sign up for their email newsletter. I did go ahead and provide a link in the description box directly to the Big Twist announcement on Herrschners' website where you can sign up for their newsletter. So you'll be notified when they have updates of when they're going to have Big Twist available. I'm sure with Joann's having all their liquidation sales and all of the stores not yet being closed, that they're not able to carry it quite yet. But once all the stores close, I'm sure they're going to begin carrying that selection. Anyways, I digress. Luckily, Herrschners got our back with the Big Twist. But until that's available, if you weren't able to get a lot of Big Twist yarn or the colors that you wanted or whatever from the liquidation sale near you at Joan, I wanted to share with you guys a few other alternatives. Some of us can't bulk buy yarn either. I don't have space for it personally, so I've kind of been looking for things that are very similar to Big Twist value, so I know what I can go towards. Because once I picked up the Big Twist line to test it out, I truly did fall in love with a lot of the yarns that they have. I tried a lot of yarns before that, so some of these are ones that I personally have tried that I think are similar to Big Twist value, and some of them I found upon doing some research, trying to find yarns that are going to be similar that I haven't yet tried. The first one I want to share with you guys is from Michaels. I have some notes here with me because I didn't remember all of the different specs of each of the different yarns. So I'm going to go ahead and go over that with you guys. So the first one is Michaels Loops and Threads Impecable yarn. It had 285 yards or 250 meters. It was $4.99 when it's not on sale. If you pick it up on sale, I'm sure you can get it for less than that. They have 75 color options. So when I was going through their website, I was highly impressed with the color selection that they had of the Michaels Impecable yarn. They also have Michaels Impeccable Stripes, Speckle, Pastel, Tweed. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this one. It's Mouline. And then they had multi as well. With the Michaels Impeccable, not only do they have the solids, but just like the Joann's Big Twist, they also have a few other options where the colorways are a little bit more mixed or stripy or whatever, right? So that's fantastic. They do have a great selection of colors. It's not quite the most colors that are available, but it's close. 75 colors is fantastic. So I was highly impressed with the Michaels color selection. Now, if you don't know, just like Big Twist is a Joann's exclusive, Loops and Threads is also a Michaels exclusive. I wanted to do us all a favor and break each of these skeins of yarn down by what it would cost per yard if you're not shopping it on a sale. Okay, so for the Michaels Impeccable yarn, it looks like it's about 0.0175. I'm going to go 4 numbers in on the cents here. So 0.0175 is what it is for the Michaels yarn. So we can kind of see for each yarn which one is the best value. But the Impeccable yarn does have a great feel to it. I have gone in and actually felt the yarn in person at the Michaels stores. I've got to say the Impeccable by Loops and Threads is one of the closest to the Big Twist Value Acrylic yarn. The next option is an option that might be controversial, but I'm still going to share it. I went to Hobby Lobby a lot. I don't really go there anymore, but when I do go to Hobby Lobby, I have tried feeling the I Love This yarn, and it feels so very soft. So the I Love This yarn acrylic is a 4-weight yarn as well. It's a medium worsted 4-weight yarn. That is the weight of all of the yarns I'm going to be sharing with you today because I want them to be as close to each other as possible. Now with the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby, I do think it's a little bit softer than the Value Acrylic yarn from Big Twist. That's a personal opinion. Sorry if you disagree, but I've felt them both, and I think that the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby is one of the softest yarns. Now it is 355 yards for $4.99, so that actually is a better price. I already can tell from the other one from Michaels. So it's a better price than the Michaels one, but at Hobby Lobby, about every other week, they have yarn on sale. I don't remember if it's like 30% off or something to that nature every other week. So if you go on a week where the yarn's on sale and you just don't buy it when it's not on sale, it's even better of a price. With the Hobby Lobby yarn, there are 70 different colors, so 5 less than the Impecable yarn from Michaels. However, they also have I Love This yarn print, ombre, gradient, tweed, stonewash, and metallic. So they have a couple of different variations of their colorways as well, just like Impecable and just like the Big Twist Value yarn that we're trying to replace, right? The one thing I haven't done yet is take the price on the Hobby Lobby one when it's not on sale. So it is 0.0140, so cheaper than the Michaels Impecable for sure. So the next one I wanted to share with you guys is the Walmart Mainstays Acrylic. It is 397 yards for $3.22, so it is the most budget-friendly yarn. It looks like there are 12 options for the colorways online, and there were some colorways that were unavailable. You can probably order them online and not have them shipped directly to you from your local store. That might have been what I had selected when I was looking at the colors yesterday when I was getting the script ready for this video. But yeah, the Walmart Mainstays Acrylic, they only have 12 color options, but it is a very budget-friendly yarn. So the Walmart Mainstays Acrylic is 0.00811. Okay, so that is very cheap, 0.008. Okay, so that is very cheap per yard. So the next options that we have are going to be the brands themselves. So we have Premier Yarn. They sell tons of different yarns. They're like I believe they're a manufacturer. And then we have Lion Brand yarn, and then we have Yarnspirations. So those three are more like manufacturers, and when you go to their website, you're going to see all of the other yarns that they offer that are like Yarnspirations, for example, also has Burnap Blanket. That's from Yarnspirations. So when you do go to their website, you're going to see all these really cool options for all types of different yarn. So I will go ahead and include a link to all of these different resources so that you can purchase all of these different yarns online if you look in the description box below. Premier Yarns has 2 different yarns that I wanted to include for you guys. There's Premier Basix, which is the closest in like price and feel to the Value yarn, and then there's Premier Everyday Anti-Pilling yarn. The Everyday Anti-Pilling yarn is softer and it has anti-pilling technology. When I do use that yarn, I really enjoy using that yarn. It does make for a softer yarn as well, in my opinion. These are both 4-weight yarns, and the Premier Basix specifically, I think has the most color options than any of them. Premier Basix has 93 different color options. Absolutely insane amount of color options. They have 359 yards per skein. So this one is 0.0111. This one is a little bit more expensive than the one from Walmart, but not by much. And with the 93 color options, I would probably go with this one if I'm doing something that's color work and I want the colors to go really well together and I really want to pick my specific colors. Now the other option is $4.99 anti-pilling yarn, and there are 180 yards in the anti-pilling yarn for $4.99. So definitely on the more expensive side at 0.0277 per yard. So the thing about the anti-pilling everyday worsted weight yarn, from Premier is that it's going to be a softer yarn and it's going to probably last a little bit longer since it has that anti-pilling. So value wise, I do see why it costs more. It really just depends on what you value in your yarn that you're looking for. But I do like that they have that as an option. There are a little bit less colors in this yarn. There's 66 colors available, but that is still a huge selection of colors. And here we are, here's all the different color selections, right? So fantastic on the anti-pilling yarn everyday worsted color selections. Now, just like Lion Brand yarns, I really do like how Premier yarns, underneath the yarn that you're looking for, they will have related patterns. So if you really like a specific, sweater or pattern that they have on here, they have lots of different options. If you really like something specific that they have on their website, you can get the exact color that is in the picture, or you can mix and match and play around with your colors. So I really do like that because then you know you're using the right yarn, the weight of yarn. It'll tell you your crochet hook size. So it should come out to be fairly similar in size to what the pattern says that it should come out to when you're using the exact yarn and the exact hook size. Now, since we are moving on to Pound of Love, I just want to say, as far as Lion Brand goes, I did take a few screenshots of some of the Pound of Love options that they have on their kit. They have, like, if you like this yarn, then check out all the different kits you can get that come with patterns and the yarn that you need. And I really like that about the Lion Brand yarn. Now, the Lion Brand yarn also does have a little bit less color options. I counted them, 38 color options. So there's 38 color options. There is 1,020 yards per skein, and each skein is $14.99 when it's not on sale. It comes out to 0.0146. So still a value yarn, definitely, and lots of colors to choose from. Personally, I've used Pound of Love before, and it is really hard to get a center pull from the Pound of Love, but I really like the Pound of Love yarn. There was another yarn that I got from Hobbii that I'm not including in this because, in my opinion, it is not near as soft. It was the HOBBII.com. I'm not sure if that's Hobby or Hobbii, however you pronounce it. I pronounce it Hobbii. So the yarn from Hobbii that I've tried before is Mega Ball acrylic yarn, and the Mega Ball yarn is not soft at all. I did not have a great experience working with it. I still have some of that yarn left, and I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do with it because I really don't want it for wearables. But this Pound of Love yarn from Lion Brand is soft enough you can use it for wearables. I actually used it recently to make these hot pads, and it is so soft. Like it really is. Like, I love the Pound of Love yarn. So I did want to include that. Pound of Love yarn, $14.99 for 1,020 yards of yarn. And I do love shopping around and looking at all of the different crochet kits or knit kits that you can get with the Pound of Love yarn because they have so many beautiful options. I know I've already mentioned it, but I took quite a few screenshots of all of the different ones because I wanted to share them with you because I just really love almost every pattern that came out there. It's like I can't make everything that I want to make because there are so many patterns, like, in my lifetime, because of how many patterns there are and how many different things I want to make. I don't think I'll ever be able to make all the things that I want to make, which is sad and also awesome at the same time because I always have something to look forward to, right? So we're going to move on to the Yarnspirations. Yarnspirations also has two different yarns that I wanted to go over with you a little bit, just like Premier. So with the Yarnspirations yarn, there is Red Heart Super Saver. Now, the reason I wanted to include the two of them is because Red Heart Super Saver is a fantastic yarn for durability. It is durable and it is price friendly. But the problem that I have with the Red Heart Super Saver yarn is it is not this soft. It is not near as soft as the Joan Big Twist yarn, the Big Twist Value yarn. So I'm a little hesitant to share the Red Heart Super Saver as an alternative. However, the Red Heart Super Saver is $4.99 for 333 meters or 364 yards. It is 0.0137 cents per yard. which is still within that realm, within that similar price point to all the other yarns. They do have a large selection of colors. They have 47 shades available in the Red Heart Super Saver. Red Heart Super Saver also has the Flower Power yarn and the Granny Square yarn. I personally have used and currently am still using the Granny Square yarn. I haven't yet tried the Flower Power yarn. I would love to try that yarn. I just haven't yet. And they probably have other variations as well, but I don't want to go into them too much. A lot of people don't like the feel of the Super Saver yarn, so I don't want to spend too terrible much time on the Super Saver yarn. I do want to share with you guys one that I think is a little bit softer. It's Red Heart Soft. So of course it's probably going to be a little softer. They made it specifically and called it soft. It is $5.99 per skein and 256 yards. So that's 0.0233. So just like the anti-pilling from Premier, it is a little bit more expensive, the Red Heart Soft. But they do have 23 different colors available, and it is a good option if you're looking for something and you can't find it in all the other yarns that I have shared with you, then Red Heart Soft might be an option for you as well. I kind of started with some of my favorites or some of the ones that you can still go in store and feel and look at the color, but you can also buy all of these online. The Michaels, the Hobby Lobby, all of them you can buy online. The last three were ones that you can more so buy online and sometimes find in certain stores. You used to be able to find a lot of Yarnspirations and Lion brand yarns in Joann's and Michael's. You can still find them at Michael's, obviously, but the yarn that I'm not quite sure where to find it is Premier Yarns. Now, I have found Premier Yarns in the dollar store before, but I haven't actually seen Premier Yarns in like Michael's or Joann. If you know of any stores that sell Premier Yarn and you want to share that in the comments below, of course, we would all highly appreciate that. But that's all I have for you guys today. I just wanted to share a few different places where we can find some value acrylic, medium weight, number 4 yarns that are going to be very similar to the Big Twist that we're going to be losing from Joann, Big Twist Value specifically. So I really hope that this video kind of helped you decide which one you might want to go with. I really hope that it was informational for you and maybe that you found a yarn that you did not know was available. And I hope that you really enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I know that I will be working a little bit, but I'll also have a day off, and my anniversary is on Sunday, so I'm going to hopefully be able to enjoy a little bit of my anniversary with my husband. So while we're currently on the truck and traveling, I'm sure we'll be able to stop and at least enjoy a dinner and maybe do some bowling or something fun like that. So anyway, I just want to say thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day / weekend. And if you don't mind hitting the like, share, comment, and subscribe button, I would highly appreciate it. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I make more videos. I highly appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and Memorial Day weekend.